So when you first started on your opportunity, did you all apply and told you to talk to your family and friends, in other words, your hot market, and you did, but it wasn't working, they weren't interested, and you were frustrated, disappointed, maybe angry sometimes, depending on your relationships. And the thing is that there is a reason why it doesn't work in most cases, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. And we have much. I'm Edita from VIE now, and I'm a network marketer like you, but I hate prospecting, I hate chasing people, I hate cold messaging people, asking them to look at my stuff. It wasn't working for me. I was struggling until I found a way to get people to come to me instead. And I talk about those things here at VIE now. And if you would like to grab my free three-step formula to recruit new team members without having to prospect, chase, and without having to feel uncomfortable, you can find it at viesnow.com/3 steps. The link is in the description, will be in the description, or is already in the description of this video. And today I want to talk about this, probably the most common advice in network marketing, when network marketers are told to talk to their family and friends first. And the reason they are told why they should be talking to their family and friends first is that because it's easiest. It's the easiest, and it's somebody you know, it's somebody who knows you, and it does sound in the beginning, you know, that it's somebody who should be joining you, you know, for various reasons, one of them being, you know, supporting you. And, you know, they probably trust you. If your relationships are good, you know, they probably like you, trust you, you get together, and in many cases you can actually talk to them, just, you know, somewhere in between amongst other things. And sometimes it might not even feel like you're talking about business, but unfortunately, you know, I keep hearing this over and over, and it was the case with me. It does depend a little bit on what it is you are selling, but in most cases it's just not working. And you know, maybe they, you know, when I was talking to my family, actually my mom did join, a good friend of mine joined, but guess what, they're not doing anything. But the other ones looked interested, sounded interested, and yet, you know, not enough for them to actually start, you know, join me or you know, make any actions towards that. So here is the interesting thing. So let me ask you a question. Who do you think is more likely to buy water from you? Somebody thirsty somewhere on a desert, or somebody in a busy, you know, town, somewhere, you know, in some place with a lot of news agents or shops or grocery shops? Of course, it would be somebody who is, you know, thirsty on a desert. So here's the thing, that your family and friends are not somebody thirsty on a desert. Most likely, they don't need what you are, you know, selling. And especially when we talk about the opportunity. And I think the problem with a lot of network marketers, the way they are told to operate, is that it's not very clear whether they are talking about their products or opportunity. And people are confused, and for them, in most cases, it sounds like they have to join this pyramid scheme or whatever, whatever their opinion is about what you are doing. Basically, they think that they are being asked to join the business, but most of them are not business minded. A lot of them don't like network marketing. A lot of them don't want to leave their day jobs. They're happy where they are, and so on and so forth. So, if we are very realistic and if we look at the facts, how many people do you know who may, created a business by recruiting friends and family? So you know what? I don't know any. I know a few who actually do have family members in their downline, but those family members are not doing anything. Hans, how are you? Of course, in the desert, in network marketing, you'll need hungry persons, exactly, and it's a very good description. People you want to go after need to be hungry for what you have, and your family and friends are not, most likely are not. There might be occasions when there are business-minded people amongst them, or they hate their jobs, they want to get out, or, of course it can happen, it does happen, but it's very, very, very rare. And usually what happens is that both sides get very frustrated and upset. You might get upset because you can see it as them not supporting you, and they might get upset because they are not able to support you. They feel uncomfortable saying no, and eventually if you keep actually coming at them with your opportunity, that might create a wall between you and them, and they might even start avoiding you, and it's very painful. Ruining relationships that really matter, the best thing that you ever have, is not a good thing to do. So the best way to, even if it ever happens, but the most likely way it happens, that your friends or family decide to join or become interested in what you're doing, is when you get results first, and then they see that you're successful, they start trusting, what you're doing, and then they might be interested. And because we know that a lot of things in life are, based on timing, sometimes it's the timing that is wrong for them. Sometimes they might not ready then, but somewhere along the line, something might happen in their life, and if by that time you have results, they might start considering that. So you definitely need to find people who are hungry for what you have, like Hans said, and it's the best way. Find those thirsty people, find those hungry people, and you know what? They are all over the place. They are everywhere. On social media, just need to learn how to find them, but they are absolutely available. And you know what? So the best thing about it is that when you actually go after people like that, you face next to zero rejection. Or if you face rejection of some sort, it's a different kind of rejection. It's somebody, those people might already be in an opportunity at that moment. It doesn't mean that's not gonna change. Eventually they might still come to you if you are not pushy, if you are helpful. They might come to you for advice, and eventually they might even decide to join you if you help them. So So these people might still have some sort of objections, but they will be different from those, about the pyramid schemes and stuff like that, it could be finances, it could be timing, it could be family situation, it could be other opportunities, whatever. So the other thing is that, like, for example, I wouldn't be able to sell just anything, you know. I have my values, specific values, and I don't want to be selling certain things. That's the other thing. So there are many different reasons why people don't join, you know. So, and it all applies to your family members as well. So I think the best way to do it is actually stay away from them in the beginning and actually attract them by example instead of by, push marketing or kind of some sort of expectations that they will join you because they want to support you, because that never works out. When people run into difficulties, when people run into some sort of roadblocks, they stop anyway. So it's the best way to do it is by actually leading by example, getting results, showing those results, and then they might actually come to you eventually when they see that it's actually possible, it's doable, that you know what you're doing, that they can see that you can help them, so that's the best way. Hey, hey, Lubos. Hey, so international crowd here. Somebody from Estonia, somebody